Hey, I'm Ronnie. Let's look at this house. Today we're looking at 367 Cabana Way in the neighborhood of Sunset Bay. Sunset Bay is a lake access community in Lexington, South Carolina. Not only is it lake access, but you have some houses in here which are actually on the water with their own private docks. Now you do have a boat launch area along with a little cabana area. I'll show you that at the end of the video, but for right now we'll go ahead and we'll walk through the house. We will see the lakefront of this house. We'll walk the dock. We'll do all those things. Cabana Way is the best way I can put it, or not, excuse me, not Cabana Way. Sunset Bay, the best way I can put it, is a really fun neighborhood. Why do I say that? You have a lot of houses in here that are really fun colors. So that one over there is kind of like a turquoise. You have a pink across the street. Again, really, really fun, which I think adds to the appeal of it being a lakefront community. So this house was built in 2018, and it was built by Great Southern Homes. It is a 5-bed, 3-bath house. Storm door. I love a good storm door on a house. And let's go ahead and take a look. So in here, you have engineered hardwood floors, which are like a nice dark brown color. Right off the entry is one of the bedrooms technically, because it does have a closet. Now, honestly, this is a room that's better fit for for an office. As you can see, when we come in, you have the glass French doors. So again, this is a really nice room for an office. It's definitely not the biggest room out of the 5 in the house. So just another reason why it would be a great office. You have a closet here. This would be a good playroom, something like that. It could be a nice homework room. You have some wainscoting here on the wall, so some nice detail coming into the hallway. And then it opens up to this really nice big kitchen with a dining area right off the kitchen as well. You do have a full bathroom down here. So what's nice about that, if you do have a guest that you want to have use this as a bedroom, like a guest bedroom of sorts, they have access to a nice full bathroom. They don't have to go upstairs to use the bathroom. So just obviously, your traditional walk-in shower, and they have everything else they need in this bathroom as well. Now we'll come back over into the main living area. You have, like I was saying, a nice big open kitchen. This island is actually nice and big. You have lots of counter space, lots of cabinets. Of course, you walk in and your eye just starts to drift towards the lake view that you can see here. You have the bigger windows. I mean, it's just a beautiful view from the living room. Now coming back around here to the kitchen, and then I was saying you have your traditional eat-in area over here as well. This is a big space. It's definitely somewhere where you could put a table that could accommodate, I'd say easily 6 chairs. Maybe you can get 8. You could do a circular table, maybe an oval shape, rectangle, square. There's a lot of options there given the size of that space. You have a gas range in the kitchen, granite countertops, obviously white cabinets with a tiled white backsplash. I love cooking with gas. It's always a thing I look for when I'm helping clients look at houses. I think gas range is the way to go, but this is a preference thing. Microwave over this stove, dishwasher, of course, down here right off of the sink. But this is why you're buying the house right there. That view, I like doing dishes anyways, but to be able to do dishes and look out on the lake is very appealing to me. Give you a shot of the living room from this angle. I'll go back over there in a second. I want to show you something else. So Great Southern usually puts in ceiling speakers in their kitchens. Let me see if I can get the camera to give a good angle of that. So you have a speaker right there, and then you're going to have one more over here. Now with this being built in 2018, I don't know if this is necessarily Bluetooth. Looks like you have a USB port right there. But when you buy a newer Great Southern these days, the technology's obviously gotten to the point where it's usually a Bluetooth connection. And that is pretty, don't quote me on this, but it's pretty standard in a Great Southern to see the ceiling speakers in the kitchen. In fact, that's how I usually know it's a Great Southern, because a lot of the other builders don't include that. Right off of the kitchen area and dining area, you have a pretty deep closet. So this would be a good additional pantry area if you needed the space. Obviously, you have some shelves in there, but you could also just hang jackets in here and put some shoes in there. So you have a good closet there. Let's look at the living room. You have a gas fireplace. A lot of people are always wondering, hey, Ronnie, what is this? What's this up on the wall there, and why is it? So obviously this is cable, right? And then you have your outlets there. Where that is running to is down here, that right there. So those wires run through a conduit and they go up there, so you no longer see cables running back and forth from your entertainment boxes to your TV. Now, as time has gone on, as we all know, we probably all just stream things at this point, so you probably don't even need that anymore. But the nice thing is, if you were to hang a TV over here, you have the outlets right there. All you need is a plug these days with the TV, and so you wouldn't really see any wires anyways. Gas fireplace, like I was saying, it's just probably operable with this switch right here on the wall. I know everybody wants to see outside. I'm going to take you out there, but let's go upstairs first and just see what the lay of the land is for that. And then we'll go outside and I'll show you the dock and the boat lift and all that kind of stuff. Here's another shot. Big living room, good space, obviously nice and open. You have your garage here. I'll show you that once I come back down from the upstairs. All right, you have 4 bedrooms up here, but what's really appealing about this floor plan by Great Southern Homes, and I've actually helped a lot of clients buy this particular floor plan, is this right here. This is an additional living space, right? So if downstairs you want your living room to be a little bit more traditional, maybe not have as many kids' toys everywhere, this space is phenomenal for a play area, a more casual TV room, something like that. And then you have the primary to the left, obviously with the beautiful view of the lake. We'll see that in a second. And then on this side, you have 3 additional bedrooms and you have a full bathroom. So I will save the best for last, and meaning the primary. Let's go ahead and just take a look at these bedrooms. All a good size, all with natural light, obviously all with their own closets. Standard closet for this type of bedroom. And then let's go check out the other 2 bedrooms. And then we'll go over the primary. So these 3 bedrooms share the hall bathroom right there. Here is another one. Closet. Closet's going to mirror the bedroom we were just in. And then we have another bedroom over here. I like this floor plan because of the number of bedrooms. You know, even if you don't need all of them, one of these could easily be a nice home office. So that's one of the many reasons I like this floor plan. This is one of the bigger floor plans that Great Southern builds. And then you have a nice spacious full bathroom, which again, these 3 bedrooms all share. There's your sink. Hello, that's me. And then turning around in here again. Obviously, there's your shower. And let's do it. Let's go to the primary and let's start to take in this lake view. What's really special. Now, you have to remember, Great Southern builds this floor plan in other neighborhoods. This is actually the first time I've ever seen it, where in the primary you have this big, beautiful porch off the back, and it's obviously off of this house because of this. It's nice and quiet. I mean, this is just an absolute beautiful view from your top deck. And again, Great Southern doesn't put this deck on this floor plan in every single neighborhood they build in. This is a special thing given the lake. But look how big this deck is. You could put plenty of furniture out here. You have 2 ceiling fans, and then again, just an absolute beautiful view of the lake. I like to not talk sometimes because I like to let people get an idea for how quiet the space is, how peaceful it can be. All right, let's go downstairs we'll check out the outside, but I guess first we have to check out the primary. So here's the primary bedroom, really good size. I mean, absolutely, the bed goes on this wall without a doubt, because you put your bed on that wall and then that's what you wake up to every day. This floor plan has 2 closets. We'll go ahead and say his and hers. And this is a nice big spacious walk-in closet. The second closet, if I recall, is not as big as that one, but let's take a look to confirm. Yes, I was right. So second closet's not as big, but just give you an idea, you have some shelves in there. And then you have your primary bathroom. Double doors, which is nice. This is very spacious. Double vanity. Off to the right, you have a soaking tub. Across from the tub is going to be your shower. I'll show you that in a minute. And then off to your left is going to be your water closet. Give you a shot of the shower right there across from the tub. The view of the lake. There's your tub. Vanity. And then again, here's your shower. So very spacious, lots of room. Again, the big ticket item here, right, is the view. So there it is. All right, let's go outside. We'll check out the backyard. We'll check out the lake. On the way down, I'll also peek into this garage for you and show you what that looks like. This is going to be a 2-car garage, standard 2-car garage for a builder, I'll say, where you're pretty much getting your 2 cars in here. You don't have a ton of extra space for storage. The driveway is long enough to get another car on it, but you know, again, this is your standard builder 2-car garage, irrigation system, electrical panel, and then of course your water supply. So if you needed to turn off your water, you could do it from there. All right, let's go see what everybody wants to see. The lake, the deck, just got an idea of this. So, you have a nice big screened-in porch, which mimics the size of the deck from the primary bedroom. You have to remember that Sunset Bay is a neighborhood where the houses are closer together, sure. But with this house being priced at $920,000, you'd be hard pressed to find a lot of 5 bedrooms on the lake for under $1 million. That price point in Lexington on the lake is definitely going away. So I say this is a great value in the sense that you can get a big house with a beautiful view, a boat lift, on Lake Murray in Lexington for $920,000. Backyard, I'll do a shot of this from the dock as well so you can see it. Now there is a lot between this house. I don't know if the house was supposed to go here at some point. I don't know who owns this, so I don't want to say anything that I don't know what I'm talking about. But what's nice about this house for right now is there is no house right here. And who knows if maybe somebody else owns it and never plans to build or whatever it might be, but I can kind of see the stake here in the ground where the property line is. All right, let's go ahead and walk out on the dock. So while I'm walking, I'll talk and tell you that we are zoned for Lexington High School. So this falls in line with the Lexington 1 school district. You are very close to restaurants, grocery stores, emergency room, all the main things that you would need, a veterinarian. There's a new Target being built not too far from here. I'd say probably about 5-10 minutes. So conveniences are very close by. You've heard me talk about this in videos before. The lake is controlled by the dam. So you always want to pay attention to the water level when you're looking at a lake house. Is this a deep water dock or is it not? So you can see that the water level is down right now. And then as time goes on and we get closer to summer, they will start raising the water level. What's really nice about this house is you don't have to worry about it because you have a boat lift. This is going down right now because, again, the water level's down. So, but if the water was up, you could see how the dock will raise. Maybe you get a good shot there. You can see those rings around the poles. So the dock will raise up and this will get higher. But for now, the boat lift is obviously being used so that the boat is out of the water since it's a little shallow right now. Go all the way out here. Sorry, it's a little windy today. There's a bird. Give you a shot of the lake. That road over there is 378. It is it's a pretty frequently used road. I mean, this pretty much goes down into the town of Lexington. And then if you were to go right, you would go into Gilbert, head towards Batesburg, that area. So once you go out of the neighborhood, you make a left and everything Lexington is that way. And then, like I said, if you made a right, you heading towards Gilbert, Batesburg, more of Lake Murray heading that way. And then obviously if you were to take your boat, you'd go straight out here and you can go right or you can go left. This is a nice big cove. You have some really beautiful houses surrounding this neighborhood. I mean, I'm not sure how to zoom in on this honestly, but this house right here is absolutely beautiful. Big white, beautiful, looks like new construction. Out there you have a house on its own little area too. I love that. So yeah, there's the lake, boat lift. Let's give a shot of the house from the dock and we'll walk back that way. We talked about the water level, something to keep in mind when you're looking at houses on the lake. This is Trex decking, it looks like, so it's not wood, so over time you wouldn't have to worry about too much maintenance on this. You don't have to worry about painting it and getting splinters, so that's a nice upgrade to have. Now let's look at the backyard since we're here. So you have a little bit of shoreline here. Obviously the water is going to kind of come up and probably hit to where these rocks are. So your backyard is going to come down right to about there. So you have backyard here. You know, you definitely have enough. But if you're buying this house, you're buying it for the lake anyways. So you got the dock, you got the boat lift, and you got the lake. What more do you need? All right, let's go back in through the house and I'll walk you out the front door and just see if there's anything else we needed to look at while we do the walkthrough. Love this screened in porch. Just like the deck upstairs, you can put a lot of furniture. All right, coming back in. And I want to show you one more thing before we go so that you have an idea of the Cabana area and the boat launch for the neighborhood. So coming back out to the front, I'm going to do a video down there at the end of this street is where you'll find the Cabana area and the boat launch. So I'll go ahead and put that at the end of this video. There is one thing I realized I did not show you, and that was the laundry area. So before I go to the Cabana area, let me show you where the laundry is located in this house. And this is the same location as it is in all the other Great Southerns that this floor plan is. So you have the laundry right there where I'm located, right off the primary in that additional living space upstairs. So obviously conveniently located upstairs in the middle of all the bedrooms. So this is where the laundry is. All right, as promised, I'm finishing the video over in the Cabana area. And this is where you're gonna have the boat access. You have a fire pit area over here. I'll go ahead and walk around a little bit of grassy area for your pets or for the kids to play. You have some overflow parking beyond those bushes over there. I want to show you this really quick because you might be wondering what this is if you ever come visit the area. This is golf cart parking. So if you live in here, you have a golf cart, you can pull right there between those curbs. But let's go check out this cool area. You have string lighting. They make this really fun. So you have string lighting coming from the palm trees, lots of palm trees in the Cabana area. This is a really big space, shaded. My guess is you could probably rent this out. I don't know that for sure, but it'd be a fun place to have a party. And then over in this corner, you have some seating in a really nice big shaded area as well. Go ahead and take a look over here. This is a big space. And then coming over here, this is going to be the community shared dock. Not that you would need one for the house that I showed you in the video because it has its own, but you do have a shared dock. And then of course it's kind of like a little beach area as well, which is really neat. Give you a nice shot of the cabanas. And then let's walk over here by the fire pit. I'll show you the boat launch. It is a beautiful day here in Lexington. Nice palm trees. They have these Adirondack chairs set up here, so you just overlook the area. And then this is a really big fire pit right here. Really neat. And then around the fire pit is where your boat launch is going to be. You got some kayak storage. Safe to say that's the neighborhood kayak storage right there. You can see all of them piled up. And then coming over here, you have another shared dock along with the boat launch right there. I hope this video was useful. If you're looking to buy or sell in the area, I'd love to help.